In this video, we're showing you how to install Boost Auto's Lumastep M1, our one-of-a-kind light-up running boards to 2024 and newer Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra trucks. Lumastep M1 from Boost Auto is the next upgrade for your Silverado or Sierra. Built with premium components and constructed with 6000 series Aerospace grade aluminum, you won't just see Lumastep outshine the rest, you'll feel it too, every step of the way. Light up the night with Lumastep, brightening up your path, clear as day. Lumastep features premium lighting functions, allowing full customization on your truck. Build out your set and put in your order on our website today. Get your Lumastep M1 running boards and step up your game. This procedure applies to both Crew Cab and Extended Cab 2024 and newer GMC Sierra and Chevy Silverado 2500 and 3500 trucks. If this doesn't fit your specific truck, don't worry, we've got a separate Boost Auto install video just for you. As always, to check fitment, availability, and to purchase this or any other product offered for your truck, go to boostauto.com. Your Lumastep M1 kit will come in two boxes, the running board kit and the hardware kit. The running board kit will contain your running boards with the integrated lights and modules. The kit will also contain the main driver and passenger side harnesses and supplementary parts depending on what you've optioned for. You can either go with our simple plug-and-play adapter, which connects directly to your headlight harness to add lighting features to your boards, or use our Hardwire adapter to tap to the wires at the headlight directly. If you option for rock light functionality, you can add on our rock light harness that integrates with both our plug-and-play adapter and our Hardwire adapter. The harness also comes with a switch that you can install anywhere on your dash. Adding rock light is a great way to ensure high visibility in the dark, both while driving or parked. Be sure to add rock light when you're building out your running boards. Your hardware kit will contain the driver's side brackets and the passenger side brackets, along with the bracket covers, and the hardware kit will also contain all washers and fasteners needed for the installation. Please note, Crew Cab applications will have 4 brackets on each side. In this video, we're using a Crew Cab truck. Extended Cab applications will have 1 less bracket on each side, and so those kits will have the corresponding numbers of washers and fasteners. As we progress through this install, we'll call out specific hardware used every step of the way. Here's a complete tool list for your reference. You can pause here to collect them, then let's proceed with the install. In this video, we're going to be using our shop lift to better show the procedure. The entirety of the procedure can easily be done on the ground. All the steps shown while on the lift will be the same as doing it on the ground. In this video, we're showing the mounting procedure on the passenger side, but it's the same on the driver's side. Your mounting points can be found on the underside of your truck, each point consisting of 2 threaded holes. If you have an extended cab, your brackets will mount at these locations. One at the front of the truck. The second bracket will roughly mount at the center near the front, and lastly, the third mounting point will be near the rear of the truck. Now, if you have a crew cab, like the one we're showing for this installation, you will have 4 mounting points. One near the front of the truck, the second one here, the third mounting location here, and the fourth and final mounting point located near the rear of the truck. Let's start at the first mounting point that applies to both crew cab and extended cab applications. Remove these 2 plastic tabs. Then, bring the bracket up to the threaded holes and make sure they're aligned. Pre-assemble 2 13mm bolts with a 13mm lock washer and a 13mm flat washer and hand thread them in. Once in position, tighten the 2 bolts but leave them loose enough to make adjustments down the road. Next, move over to the second mounting point. This applies to both crew cab and extended cab applications. Like before, remove these 2 plastic tabs. Then, align the brackets to the threaded holes. Again, pre-assemble 2 13mm bolts with a 13mm lock washer and a 13mm flat washer and hand thread them in. Then, tighten the bolts but leave them loose enough to make adjustments down the road. Next, move on to the third mounting point. Please note, this only applies to crew cab applications. Remove the 2 plastic tabs. Align your bracket. Pre-assemble 2 13mm bolts with a 13mm lock washer and a 13mm flat washer and hand thread them in at the 2 threaded holes. Like before, tighten the bolts but leave them loose enough to make adjustments further down the road. Proceed with the fourth and final mounting point on the passenger side. This mounting point applies to both crew cab and extended cab applications. Start by removing the two plastic tabs and align the bracket. Then, screw in two 13mm bolts with the lock washer and flat washer pre-assembled. Like before, tighten the bolts, but leave them loose enough to make adjustments further down the road. Repeat the steps on the driver's side until your brackets are aligned. At this point, we'll install the bracket covers to the brackets. This one's the front passenger side bracket. Orient each cover so its center lines up with the running board mounting plate. Now that the bracket covers are aligned, proceed with installing the screw-on tabs. Install the bracket covers on the three other mounting brackets on the passenger side in the same way. Then, repeat on the driver's side. Now, we're ready to mount our Lumastep M1 running boards to the brackets. Make sure you're mounting the correct running board on each side. The Lumastep M1 plate, as well as the integrated module on each board, should face towards the front of the truck. Here, we're showing the steps on the passenger side. Before mounting, flip your board over to install the T-bolts. Extended cab applications will have 6 total T-bolts, 3 on each track. Crew cab applications will have 8 T-bolts total, 4 on each track. Align the T-bolts roughly to the position of the brackets. Then, drop your running boards onto the brackets. Go ahead and guide all the T-bolts through the holes on the brackets. Remember, crew cabs will have 4 brackets on each side, while extended cab applications will have 3 on each side. Then, secure each bolt with a flat washer, then a lock washer, and a nut. Use a 10mm socket to thread in the nut further, though hold off on tightening completely for now. At this time, you can slide your board forward or backward to your desired preference. Once you have your board where you want it, fasten everything down. After everything is tightened down, perform the same steps on the driver's side. Ensure this board is aligned with the passenger side board before securing all the fasteners down. Now that everything is installed, we can move on to routing the wiring harness to our Lumastep M1 running boards. Start by opening the hood. Then, disconnect the battery at the negative terminal. If you have an auxiliary battery as well, go ahead and disconnect it at this time. We'll start on the passenger side of the truck. Make sure to use the main harness with the power and ground terminals on this side. Tape the 2 connectors going to the running board module to a flattened out coat hanger or a straightened out metal piece. Then, route the harness along the passenger side firewall and fender liner away from any heat or moving parts. Once the straightened out metal piece peeks through at the bottom of the passenger side fender, proceed with pulling the harness through. Remove the tape from the connectors and plug them both into the running board module. The connectors are different sizes and will go to corresponding slots on the module. Secure the harness out of sight. Continue roughly routing the passenger side main harness over the passenger side headlight. In the same way, route the driver's side main harness. The end with the 2 black connectors will go to the running board, and the end with the black receiving connector will go to the driver's side headlight. Now, back at the passenger side headlight, locate the headlight connector. This can be accessed through the front passenger side fender cavity at the front of the truck. In order to gain access to the headlight housing, you must first remove these 5 T15 screws inside the fender cavity on the passenger side. with the screws removed, partially peel back the fender liner to have better access to the headlight housing. Your truck will have a 12-pin connector located here. To remove the connector, pull back on the red locking tab, then press down on the connector tab and pull to disconnect. Now, with the headlight connector removed, let's go ahead and start with installing Boost Auto's Hardwire adapter or optional plug-and-play adapter. Here's a breakdown of the wiring so far. We'll first show you how to install the plug-and-play adapter you can option for your running boards. Please note, if you did not option for our plug-and-play adapter, your kit will come with our Hardwire adapter instead. For plug-and-play installation, please follow these next steps. Once the 12-pin connector is removed from the housing, insert the plug-and-play adapter into the connector. Next, feed down the black receiving connector to the headlight housing area. Then, attach the black receiving connector you just pulled down to the 8-pin connector attached to your plug-and-play adapter. Once that's connected, install the other end of the plug-and-play adapter to the headlight housing and push in the red locking tab. On the driver's side, install the plug-and-play adapter in the same way. After installing the plug-and-play adapter to both headlights, proceed to installing the main harness. If you did not option for the plug-and-play adapter, your kit will come with our Hardwire adapter. Here's a breakdown of that. The red and yellow wire with the quick disconnect is to tap to the turn signal wire on your headlight connector. Turn signal will come standard for all running boards. The blue wire with the quick disconnect is for enabling running light, if you option for it. If you did not option for running light, this wire will not be active. You can simply tape the disconnect out of the way. The white wire with the butt connector is for rock light, if you option for it. If you did not option for rock light, this wire will not be active, so be sure to tape the butt connector out of the way. Simply tapping the wires on the headlight connector for optional applications will not enable those features. The only wires active on your Hardwire adapter will be the ones you option for when purchasing your running boards. Again, check out all the available lighting options on our website or reach out to our support team with any questions. For Hardwire adapter installation, please follow these next steps. Once the fender liner is peeled back, you'll have access to the headlight housing. Remove the 12-pin connector from the headlight housing and cut back on some of the tape so you have more room to tap on the wires. On the back side of the connector, locate and tap to pin 7 for signal. With the connector tab pointing up, pin 7 is at the bottom left slot on the connector. Use a red T-tap and press until it clicks in place. Go ahead and connect the red and yellow wire from your Hardwire adapter to the T-tap here. If you option for running light, tap to pin 6, located at the top right slot on the connector. Again, use a red T-tap and press until it clicks in place. Then, connect the blue wire from your Hardwire adapter here. Feed down the black receiving connector to the headlight housing area. Next, we'll take the black connector on the Hardwire adapter and connect it to the black receiving connector from the main harness. Once done, go ahead and install the connector back to the headlight housing and push in the red locking tab. Then, move over to the driver's side and gain access to the headlight connector in the same way. Start by tapping to pin 7 for signal. Looking at the wire end of the connector with the red tab pointing up, pin 7 is at the bottom left slot. Use a red T-tap and press until it clicks in place. Go ahead and connect the red and yellow wire from your Hardwire adapter to the T-tap here. Then, if you option for running light, tap to pin 6 in the same way. Pin 6 is at the top right slot on the connector. Use a red T-tap and press it till it clicks in place. Then, connect the blue wire from your Hardwire adapter to the T-tap here. Feed down the black receiving connector to the headlight housing area, and we'll take the black connector on the Hardwire adapter and connect it to the black receiving connector from the main harness. Once done, go ahead and install the connector back to the headlight housing and proceed to installing the main harness. Once your main harness is connected at the headlight, you can now take the white 2-pin pass-through connector on the driver's side and connect it to the white 2-pin connector on the passenger side. The rock light function overrides any existing function when activated and outputs a solid white light. This will remain on until you switch it off, and cannot be overridden by functions such as turn signal or running light. If you did not option for rock light, you can skip to the next section. If you did option for rock light but did not purchase our rock light harness, you will simply need to run a 12-volt power feed to the white wire on the plug-and-play or hardwire adapter. If you have an existing rock light or auxiliary switch, you can use that, or any 12-volt trigger will do. If you did option for our rock light harness, follow these next steps. Your harness will have this power terminal, 2 long white wires that will go to the headlight, and your switch. Starting on the driver's side, go ahead and grab one of the white wires and route it down towards the headlight connector. Regardless of whether you have our plug-and-play adapter or our hardwire adapter, the white wire from the rock light harness will connect to the white wire with the butt connector. You may want to have your headlight connector disconnected to have better access to your plug-and-play adapter or hardwire adapter. Connect the white wire from the rock light harness to the white wire on your adapter. Reconnect the headlight connector to the headlight housing. Then, pass the other white wire as well as your power terminal to the passenger side and repeat the steps on the passenger side of the truck. Pass the red and white wires from the rock light switch to the inside of the cab. Tape the red and white rock light wires to a straightened out metal piece. Then, guide the metal piece through the firewall to the inside of the cab. Inside the cab, continue to pull the wires through. Locate a suitable spot for the rock light switch and drill a hole into the dash. Once the hole is drilled, install the rock light switch. Be sure to connect the white wire to slot 1 and the red wire to slot 2. Let's continue by connecting our passenger side main harness to power and ground. Under the hood, locate the battery on the passenger side. Remove the battery hood by pinching the 2 tabs on the side. Under the hood, you'll find a 13mm nut where you'll connect the power wire from the passenger main harness. Go ahead and remove the nut and secure the power wire here. If you option for rock light, the power wire from that harness will also connect here. Once the wires have been secured, go ahead and reinstall the battery hood back into place. Now, the black ground wire will connect under the hood over here. Remove the nut with a 13mm socket and install the ground wire. Then, reconnect the battery. If you have an auxiliary battery, reconnect that at this time too. Once everything is connected, test to make sure your running boards are operational. Secure and tuck any excess wire to the truck out of the way of any heat or moving components. Then, proceed with reinstalling the fender liner. Slide the liner into its original position, and reinstall the 5 screws holding the fender liner in place. In the same way, install the fender liner on the driver's side. Congratulations on completing your install. Boost Auto's Lumastep M1 light-up running boards can be purchased on our website at boostauto.com. Boost Auto offers a wide range of parts and accessories for your truck or SUV. To stay up to date on new product releases and more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all for now. Catch you in the next one.